So today, we're tackling the ultimate explainer challenge. Just imagine taking 18 years of high-level business consulting experience, putting it in a box, locking it tight, and starting from absolute zero. The goal we're looking at today, generate $800 in pure profit in a single afternoon, no connections, no pre-existing agency assets, and literally zero money to start. Just a laptop, Wi-Fi, and pure strategy. Let's break down exactly how this zero-barrier blueprint actually works.
Now, here's the part that really turns up the heat. 4 hours, that's the ticking clock. We are staring down a strict 4-hour or 240-minute countdown to hit that $800 target. And you know, when you only have a few hours to build a business from nothing and generate actual cash, you have to be absolutely ruthless with your time. Every single minute counts, which totally changes the game on what kind of business you can actually build.
Okay, let's dive into this. These are the skill reset rules, and they're what make this method genuinely replicable. The 4-hour time limit is super strict, sure. But the real kicker? Zero use of that 18-year career and zero use of any existing agency assets or tools. What that means for us is that this entire method is 100% accessible to a total beginner with empty pockets. It's a completely level playing field.
All right, Section 1, Strategy and Niche Validation. Let's get planning.
So before we even start the clock, we gotta ask ourselves, why are so many popular online business models actually massive traps when time is of the essence? Well, physical products like dropshipping or Amazon FBA, they come with huge friction. You're vetting suppliers, waiting on slow shipping, laying out startup capital. You simply can't do that in a 4-hour window. Service-based businesses, on the other hand, are the exact opposite. Delivery is instant, you are the product, your startup cost is $0, and you can start selling immediately. But hold on, before investing a single minute of that precious time into a service, we have to do what's called the sinking ship check. You absolutely don't want to dedicate your time to a dying industry, right? So we need to validate demand for free. And to do that, we're using Google Trends to ensure we aren't boarding a sinking ship. Just look at this proof. Checking the past 5 years for Google Business Profile, which was formerly Google My Business, you get a massive steady green light. The search volume is high and it's consistently spiking. This proves that business owners are actively searching for this. They desperately need help managing their digital presence, meaning we've got our validated service.
Moving on to Section 2, Rapid Skill Acquisition.
Okay, so we have a validated niche, but there's a glaring problem here. We have zero existing knowledge of Google Maps optimization, and only 3 hours and 36 minutes left on the clock. So how on earth do you learn a highly monetizable technical skill instantly? You go straight to the source. It's an incredibly fast 3-step process. Open Google Skill Shop, search for the official Google My Business course, and complete the free training. No fluff, just the essentials. It takes exactly 42 minutes to go from absolute novice to certified expert.
Now, the real secret sauce isn't just learning the skill, it's the core philosophy behind it. Mastering this 42-minute skill to provide immense upfront value is absolutely crucial. When you over-deliver for a local business, you aren't just making a quick buck, you're setting up a lucrative long-term partnership. Because let's be real, it is 100 times easier to sell a second service to an existing happy client than to hunt down a brand new one.
Section 3, Prospecting on Google Maps. Time to execute.
The skill is acquired. Now we need clients. So focusing the search on small towns on the U.S. East Coast, places like Sunshine, Wyoming, is smart because at this hour, owners are actually awake, open, and answering phones. And while scrolling, you are looking for one specific phrase: claim this business. Finding that link is an absolute goldmine. It's the ultimate signal because it proves the business has zero control over its own digital presence.
So what does the perfect vulnerable prospect actually look like? Well, you want small brick-and-mortar niches. Think plumbers or painters. You obviously need that claim this business link present. And you're hunting for clear signs of digital neglect. Things like a very low review count, say around 3.4 stars, poor quality photos, or maybe no website at all. Finding a poorly rated local plumber hitting all these marks, that is your prime target.
One quick warning though, avoid high-income filters. Basically, skip complex, gate-kept businesses like law firms, dentists, or chiropractors. Getting past a receptionist to speak directly with a decision-maker at a law firm is practically impossible when you only have a few hours. Stick to the smaller shops where the person picking up the phone is actually the boss.
Section 4, the crisis and pivot. Things are about to get a little bumpy.
So, momentum is building, but suddenly we hit a massive, potentially challenge-ending problem. With just 1 hour and 4 minutes remaining, a huge roadblock appears. If we close a deal right now on the phone, how do we actually get paid? Remember the no existing assets rule? Without a payment link, we can't use our established business accounts. This threatens to completely derail the entire operation.
The solution? A rapid infrastructure pivot. We jump online and build a brand new freelancer profile on Fiverr from absolute scratch. It takes literally minutes, legally processes the payments, and solves the billing crisis entirely without breaking a single rule. Infrastructure's set, so it's time to hit the phones. But we have to be totally transparent here. The cold calling phase is brutal. In the first few minutes, calls to plumbers go completely unanswered. At the 15-minute mark, you discover a lot of these unclaimed profiles don't even have phone numbers listed. And by 30 minutes, you're facing straight rejections or non-committal requests for free assessments. The friction is very, very real, and the clock is draining fast.
With the clock winding down, you have to adapt on the fly. Time for a massive strategy shift. So we abandon the plumbing niche completely and shift focus entirely to local painters. On top of that, we relocate the digital search down to the Atlanta, Georgia area. And you know what? That pivot finally broke the dry spell. The owners were receptive, and we actually began successfully negotiating service rates.
And this brilliantly illustrates the power of pivoting when things just aren't working. By shifting focus to painters in Georgia, we managed to secure 3 separate deals right at the buzzer. 2 companies closed at $250 each, and a third company came in at $200.
That brings our final tally to an amazing $700. Now, yes, we have to admit that technically misses the $800 goal we originally set out to hit, but honestly, generating $700 in pure revenue in exactly 4 hours, starting from absolute zero, that is a massive, undeniable victory.
Which leaves us with this final thought. You've just seen a 100% accessible, zero-cost blueprint tested in real time. If a completely new service business can generate $700 in just 240 minutes, what could you realistically build by this weekend? The tools are out there, the demand is massive, and the only variable left is you taking action. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.